Michael Pereira. I own and run City Skate Shop at Scarborough. We're a lifestyle skateboard kind of boutique, focusing on lifestyle brands in the skateboard industry. I've been skating 15 years. Been kind of working in the industry for a few years just to manage a mall shop. Kind of got me into, you know, the selling side of the skateboard industry, but you know, I've always been focused on, like, you know, the harder to get brands and stuff like that. So been traveling back and forth to California for like 3 years, just doing a lot of buying for friends and myself. So it kind of just went hand in hand. When I quit my last job, I said, you know what, I'm going to try to open a skate shop. This is where we're at today. We opened up September 15th, 2012. It's been a pretty productive first year, doing a lot of events with the City of Toronto, as well as, you know, we're working with all kinds of local brands to try to help out. They also help us in return. It was pretty awful, man. Like, we had Amsterdam turned into Shred Central as the only indoor park in Toronto, and it was the only park in Toronto. So I grew up in Scarborough, so to get downtown as a 11-year-old, 12-year-old didn't really work out too tough. So you're skating street only, and when you're skating street only, that you're not, you know, seeing quarter pipe, kind of inventing tricks. So, like, you know, it wasn't as big when I first started. Like, I imagine it was big, you know, in the 80s in Toronto, and then it died out during the 90s. But then now it's more popular than ever, especially because it's so fashion forward. When it comes to the major brands, like the main brands getting into the game, like, I'm all for it. Some people, like, you know, they want to keep it more core. I like the lifestyle side of it, but I like it because skateboarding does demolish shoes, and, you know, we're always wrecking our clothes. I like to see these mainstream brands really focusing on technology, but also with price points. If you can get the shoe out there for under $100, it's going to get ruined anyways. I remember when I first bought my first pair of skate shoes, $170 for a pair of Audios. Like, it's just a little too expensive just to go out and rip in the first week. So, like, Converse, for instance, all the features, like all the technology that it needs to be a good skate shoe, so it really works well. So, you know, I'd like to see all, like, the brands kind of go for that lower price point. But, you know, you keep sometimes some brands higher, it means it's more exclusive, stuff like that. But they start off with a lot of young guys that just want to skate every day. Like, skateboarding to them, they're going to skateboard regardless if they're sponsored or not, like, every day. So, you know, help those kids out, especially if they can't afford boards. Why not push them in the right direction, and then I can hit them up with, you know, try to get some sponsors, you know, try to give them a few pairs of shoes. I'll help them out as best I can with boards and stuff like that. So it works out. Like, the shop decks really are like my #1 seller. So it's always good to have the shop boards representing. So basically, we got the East City decks. We even got some cruisers. For some of those guys who just need to, you know, get to the beer store, I guess. But they've been, like, these sold out first day I had them. The actual regular boards are just amazing, perfect shape. And when you're talking about price point boards to really help, especially in Scarborough, you know, when it comes to a $50 to $60 board, it really works, as well as it's getting the name out there. And I got a rad graphic designer that helps me out, so we got the little Rasta line, and we're always coming up with new designs and stuff like that. So we're getting another board dropping September 15th, and then hopefully, you know, we can do another, you know, 3 or 4 decks next year as well. So the lease is up here. We've been 1 full year. The lease will be up. My buddy owns a tattoo shop, Wild Ink, and we're basically, it's closer to the skate park over at Warden and Ellesmere. It'll be a good move because there's a lot of foot traffic, as well as, you know, there's a barbershop in the same plaza. There's, like, you know, with the tattoo shop. I think it'll just go hand in hand, closer to the mall, but also being right beside that skate park is really clutch, as well as being beside the 401. It's like the only highway in the city, so it's really easy to access. So that's what I'm looking forward to, seeing the foot traffic change. You know, I'd love to get down to the beaches, but you got to start somewhere, and Scarborough is definitely in need of a skate shop, so that's why I've been doing so well. A lot, man. And actually, when I met Guy down at Agenda in January, I got a picture with him, and everyone's like, "Oh, are you guys brothers?" Yeah, it's the haircut.